I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex, and today's topic is something a lot of our listeners have asked for: job interview English. That's right, we're talking about how to prepare for and speak confidently during a job interview.
Whether you're applying for your first job, switching careers, or just want to practice professional English, this episode will help you feel more confident and sound natural.
We'll go step by step, from preparing at home to answering common questions to following up after the interview.
And don't worry, we'll use simple English, real examples, and explain everything clearly, like always.
All right, let's kick off segment 1, getting ready for the interview. What should we think about before we even enter the interview?
The first step is understanding the job description. Look carefully at the words they use.
For example, if the job says, looking for a motivated team player with good communication skills, they're expecting you to talk about teamwork and communication in your interview.
Exactly. So make a list of keywords like organized, problem solver, customer service, and think of stories from your experience that match those words.
You don't need fancy vocabulary. You just need to connect your story to what they want.
Let's practice a basic self-introduction for a job interview. Here's a simple one. Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a recent graduate in marketing, and I've worked as a part-time social media assistant for 6 months. I enjoy working with people and solving problems. I'm excited to learn more about your company.
Nice. That's clear, professional, and short. You can adjust it for your own background.
Here's another example for someone with more experience. Hi, I'm Carlos. I've been working as a warehouse supervisor for over 5 years. I specialize in team management and logistics, and I'm now looking to grow in a larger organization.
Simple structure: who you are, what you've done, what you're looking for.
Let's go over some useful phrases you can use before and during the interview. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm excited to be here. I've done some research about your company. I believe my experience matches the position well.
These phrases show you're polite and prepared. They also make you sound confident, even if you're nervous.
And remember, speaking clearly and slowly is more important than speaking fast. Breathe. Smile. You've got this.
Always do some research about the company.
Yes! Know what the company does, where they're located, and maybe something about their values or recent news.
Then you can say, I saw on your website that your team is focused on sustainability. I really admire that, and I'd love to be part of it.
That kind of comment shows you care, and you're not just applying everywhere without thinking. Last point for this segment, how you present yourself.
First impressions matter. Even for online interviews, dress professionally, at least on the top half.
And don't forget body language. Sit straight, smile, and make eye contact, or look at the camera.
If you're doing a video interview, test your sound, background, and internet before it starts.
Let's do a quick recap of what we learned in segment 1. Understand the job description. Practice a short self-introduction. Use polite and confident phrases. Research the company. Dress well and check body language.
You're already one step ahead by preparing this way. Next, we'll talk about common interview questions and how to answer them, coming up in segment 2. In segment 1, we talked about how to prepare for your job interview. Now, let's look at some of the most common interview questions and how to answer them in simple, confident English.
We'll go one by one. You'll hear real example answers, and we'll explain useful phrases along the way. Ready?
Let's do this.
This question often comes first, and it's not about your personal life. It's about your work background.
Here's a sample answer. I'm Alex. I've been working as a customer support agent for 2 years. I enjoy helping people solve problems. Recently, I led a project to improve customer feedback, and we increased satisfaction by 15%.
That's great. It's short, and it highlights your skills, experience, and results.
This is your chance to show you did your homework.
Example: I admire your company's focus on innovation. I've read about your recent product launch, and I'd love to be part of a team that's changing the industry.
Use phrases like, I admire your company's, I've read about your, I'm excited to contribute to.
Be honest, but choose strengths that relate to the job.
Try this. One of my strengths is communication. I'm good at listening to customers and explaining solutions clearly. I also work well in teams and stay calm under pressure.
Want to describe yourself? Use, I'm a quick learner. I'm detail-oriented. I'm dependable and organized.
This one can be tricky. Don't say something too negative, and don't say, I have no weaknesses.
Here's a smart answer. Sometimes I'm too focused on small details. I've been working on this by using task lists and time limits to manage my focus better.
That shows self-awareness and growth.
This is where you can tell a short story. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result.
Example. Last year, a client was unhappy with their delivery. As the team leader, I listened to their concerns, offered a fast replacement, and followed up. They stayed with us and even gave us a good review.
So simple, but effective.
Let's go over a few more useful expressions. I'm passionate about, I'm experienced in, I take pride in my previous role. One of my proudest moments was when.
These make your answers sound more professional and personal at the same time.
Here are 3 quick tips for answering interview questions. Keep answers short and focused. Around 30 to 60 seconds is usually good. Smile while speaking. It helps you sound friendly and confident. Breathe. Take a moment before answering. It's okay to pause and think. And always listen carefully to the question. If you don't understand, you can politely say, Sorry, could you repeat the question, please? Could you explain what you mean by...
Here's a practice challenge. Try to answer these 3 questions in your own words. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Pause this podcast or write your answers down. You can even record yourself and listen back. It's a great way to build confidence.
So today we covered 5 of the most common interview questions. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want this job? What are your strengths? What's your weakness? Tell me about a challenge.
Next up, segment 3. We'll go deeper into questions about your experience and background, including tricky ones like gaps in your resume or changing careers.
Don't worry, we'll guide you through all of it.
In segment 2, we looked at how to answer common interview questions. Now, let's focus on how to talk about your experience, even if it's limited, unrelated, or has gaps.
That's right. Many of our listeners ask, what if I don't have much work experience, or how do I explain a break in my career? Don't worry. We'll help you sound confident and clear. Let's start with this. All experience counts, not just full-time jobs.
Yes. You can talk about part-time jobs, internships, volunteering, school projects, family responsibilities, freelance work.
Even taking care of your younger siblings can show skills like responsibility and patience.
If you're just starting out, try this approach. I recently graduated with a degree in computer science. During university, I completed a group project where we built a mobile app. I also worked part-time at a bookstore, which taught me time management and customer service.
That's a great way to connect your education and your soft skills.
And remember, you can say, I'm eager to learn. I'm a quick learner. I bring fresh energy and ideas.
Maybe you're switching fields. You can still use your old experience, just translate it into the new context.
Example, I've worked as a teacher for 5 years, but I'm now moving into project coordination. Teaching taught me how to manage time, solve problems quickly, and communicate with different types of people.
That's powerful. You're not starting from zero. You're bringing transferable skills.
Don't panic. Gaps are more common than you think.
You can explain it honestly and briefly, like this. I took time off to care for a family member. During that period, I stayed updated with industry trends and took an online course in digital marketing.
Or, after relocating to a new country, I focused on improving my English skills. I'm now ready to return to the workforce.
Keep it simple and shift the focus to what you're ready to do now.
Let's practice how to describe your past role. Use this format: job title plus time plus responsibilities plus achievement.
Example. I worked as a receptionist at a medical clinic for 2 years. I managed appointments, answered calls, and organized patient records. I helped reduce appointment errors by 20% by updating our booking system.
Perfect. You can use phrases like, I was responsible for, I managed, I supported the team with, I improved, I learned how to.
Even if your last job wasn't your dream job, focus on what you learned from it.
Example. Working in retail taught me how to stay calm under pressure, especially during busy hours. I also improved my communication and teamwork skills.
That kind of answer makes a big impact. Let's try a full sample answer.
Imagine the interviewer asks, tell me about your previous job. I worked as a delivery driver for a logistics company for 18 months. I was responsible for planning routes and delivering packages on time. I learned how to manage my time well and deal with unexpected problems, like traffic delays. I received positive feedback from customers for my professionalism.
That's a strong answer. Clear, honest, and focused on your skills and attitude.
Let's try this. Think about your last job or any experience and answer, what was your job or role? What did you do daily? What skills did you learn or improve? What's one thing you're proud of?
Write it down or speak it out loud. The more you practice, the more confident you'll sound. In this segment, we talked about how to speak confidently about your experience, even if it's limited or different from the job you want.
Key points to remember. All experience counts. Job, school, family, or volunteering. Use simple sentence structures. Highlight what you learned. Be honest but positive about gaps or changes.
Next up, segment 4. We'll talk about asking your own questions in the interview and how to end the conversation professionally.
Let's keep going. You're doing great. You've made it to segment 4. Now that you know how to answer interview questions and talk about your experience, let's flip the script.
That's right. In this segment, you'll learn how to ask questions to the interviewer and how to end the interview in a confident and professional way.
Asking questions shows you're truly interested in the job, not just looking for any job.
It also helps you learn if the job is right for you. Interviews go both ways.
Here are some safe and useful questions you can ask at the end of your interview. What does a typical day look like in this role? What are the main goals for the person in this position? How is success measured here? Can you tell me about the team I'll be working with? What are the next steps in the hiring process?
These questions sound polite and professional, and they show curiosity. Some questions are better to save for later, especially things about salary, holidays, or benefits, unless the interviewer brings them up.
Also, Avoid asking questions that are too basic or that show you didn't read the job description.
Let's go over some sentence starters you can use. I'd love to know more about. Could you tell me a bit about? What would you say is the most challenging part of this role? Is there room for growth in this position? What do you enjoy most about working here?
These phrases are respectful, open-ended, and natural.
Let's listen to a sample ending of an interview where the candidate asks questions.
Do you have any questions for us?
As a candidate? Yes, thank you. I'd love to know more about what a typical day in this role looks like.
Sure. Most days begin with a team meeting. Then you'll work on your projects independently. There's also some client communication involved.
That sounds great. And may I ask, what are the next steps after this interview?
We'll contact shortlisted candidates by the end of the week for the final round.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today.
Nice and simple. You can always end with, "Thanks again for the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you."
In a virtual interview, the same rules apply, but make sure your background, lighting, and sound are good.
And be extra clear when ending. Say, "Thank you for your time. If you need anything else from me, I'd be happy to provide it."
It's a good idea to send a short thank you message after the interview.
Here's an example. "Dear blah blah blah. Thank you for speaking with me today. I enjoyed learning more about the role and your team. Please let me know if you need any more information. Best regards."
Let's go over a few do's and don'ts. Do. Smile and maintain eye contact, even online. Say thank you. Ask thoughtful questions. Shake hands if in person. Say something positive before leaving. Don't. Rush out without saying goodbye. Ask, "Did I get the job?" Forget to ask about next steps.
Here's your challenge. Choose 2 questions you'd like to ask at the end of an interview. Practice saying them out loud.
Then practice how you'd politely end the interview. For example, "Thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure speaking with you." In this segment, you learned why asking questions is important, what kind of questions to ask, how to politely end the interview, how to follow up afterwards.
You're almost ready to rock your interview.
Next up, our final segment. Segment 5 give you bonus vocabulary, body language tips, and how to stay confident even if you feel nervous.
Don't miss it. This is our final segment of Job Interview English, and we're going out strong.
That's right. In this segment, we'll give you some bonus tips to help you feel confident, stay calm, and use your body language effectively, whether it's an in-person or virtual interview. Let's start with confidence. You don't have to feel 100% confident. You just need to sound prepared and positive.
And the best way to do that? Practice. Practice your answers, your greeting, your smile, even your thank you at the end.
Body language is super important in interviews. It says a lot about your confidence, interest, and attitude, even before you say a word.
Here are some body language tips. Sit up straight, not stiff, but alert. Smile naturally when appropriate. Keep good eye contact, especially when speaking or listening.
It's not accessed. Why is live? It shows us for you're confident, you have show a nice care, and you have to pick themselves. Step, your help you all arms.
Don't cross your arms. It can look defensive. Nod slightly when the interviewer speaks. It shows you're listening.
And remember, if you're doing a virtual interview, look into the camera, not the screen, when speaking.
Let's be honest. Interviews make everyone nervous. Even native speakers.
Here's what you can do to calm down. Breathe slowly. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Speak slower than usual. It gives you time to think. Pause if you need to. Saying, "That's a good question," buys you time. Remember, it's okay to be human.
Let's learn a few words and phrases that relate to staying confident during interviews. Calm, confident, and in control. She stayed poised under pressure. Composed, meaning not nervous or upset. Example, he gave a composed answer. Assertive, meaning confident without being aggressive. Be assertive when talking about your skills. Professional, meaning polite and businesslike. He stayed professional even when nervous. Take a moment, meaning pause briefly before answering. It's okay to take a moment before replying.
Here's a secret. Making a small mistake won't ruin your interview. In fact, correcting yourself politely shows confidence.
For example, if you forget a word or say something wrong, "Sorry, I meant to say I worked there for 2 years, not 3. Let me rephrase that. Let me clarify what I meant."
Don't panic. Stay calm, smile, and keep going. Let's do a quick practice. Imagine this. You're in an interview, and the interviewer asks a tough question you didn't expect. Tell me about a time you disagreed with a coworker. What do you do? Pause and breathe. Say, "That's a great question. Let me think for a second." Use the STAR method to answer. We talked about it earlier. Situation, task, action, result. Final tips. Before, during, and after the interview. Before, know your resume inside out. Research the company. Prepare your clothes, even for video interviews. Practice common questions. During, be on time or early. Listen carefully. Smile and show interest. Ask questions. After, say thank you. Send a follow-up email. Reflect. What went well? What could improve? Okay, listeners, here's your challenge. 1. Write down 3 positive things about yourself you would say in an interview. 2. Record yourself answering this question. Why should we hire you? 3. Then practice ending the interview with a smile and saying, "Thanks again for this opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you."